Hey guys, so one of the martial arts I trained in, probably one that I trained in the most, was Taekwondo. I am a fourth degree black belt in Taekwondo. I have not Taekwondoed in quite some time, so my flexibility and stuff is not where it once was. But a lot of traditional martial arts, they have these movements that are like called one steps or one step combinations, and I want to show you like the white belt ones for Taekwondo, and then I want to talk about like their use and what they are. One step is like your attacker, gets in a position and they step forward and they strike at you, and then they just hang out like this, basically, while you do some movement, some kind of combination. And I think it's very easy to think that their defenses for if someone comes in with a single punch, and that's really not what one steps are. But a lot of times they get taught, and I think the ideas of what they're supposed to teach are never actually passed on. It's just movements, and I think that's something that's happening more and more with karate and taekwondo and things like that. Is techniques are being taught, but they're not really taught applications and what it's for and things like that. So it's a white belt. So I'd be starting in my ready position here, right? He would fall back and attack. My first one step is I'm middle stance, block, reverse punch, stepping out, right? That is one step number one. Number two is, again, white belt. I'm coming in, front stance, high block. I'm then going to go number one, front kick, lunge punch, reverse punch, stepping out. And my third one, this is my favorite one. I'm going to step back, middle stance, and middle block, and then I'm going to do a number three side kick, coming down. Okay, so those are those three movements. Are they good techniques? Everything is a good technique if you know what it's for. And if someone is going to step and punch at my center line, the last thing I'm going to do is that, right? But if you come up a little faster with it, either stepping forward or stepping back, as they're developing their movement, if I'm coming in to jam it up, and then what I'm really middle stance, front stance learning is how to put my hips into strike, right? So if you're coming in and I'm just coming in to get here and fire, sure, that could be a good technique. If you grab a hold of me and I'm using that to break, open you up so that I can then strike, that could be a good technique. So that's that white belt one step number one, a couple applications for it. So, off of a wrist grab, and using my hips to jam up. Number two, you're coming in, I'm doing this high block. High block is not a really good block for hand-to-hand stuff. Like you don't see any of the guys in the UFC high block ever, right? It's not something that you would see normally. But again, if he's developing and I'm coming in, right, thinking this as a strike, and then I'm here, and the idea is, well, maybe I use my front weapons before I use my rear weapons. Again, if you think about grab scenario, if someone grabs, I can come out here, I've opened you up on that center line, and I can use a variety of different attacks there. Number three, my favorite one. Why this one is my favorite one is because the block is not necessary. When you step in with the punch, I'm just getting long. I'm just getting back, and I could do that to an angle even. The best way to block any technique is just to not be there, right? And you can look at that at a big macro level. If I know old duct tape face is out to get me, I'm not going to go hang out where duct tape face is. Don't even get in the situation. But if he comes and he throws a strike and I just get offline, right, let him miss, and then come in and hit him with something, I gotta put more water in that bag. Wasn't trying to knock it over there. But the idea again is just like I'm getting out of the way, I'm getting off of an angle, and I'm coming in with a stronger attack. You could do this dead side, coming in side kick to the kidney. I'm getting older, I'm not as flexible. Maybe I throw that side kick at your knee. But the idea of just getting out of the way and then coming in off an off angle, that's white belt one step number 3. So I just wanted to kind of share those. Someday I'll make a friend and they'll come over and I'll show you in person. I do have friends. I just, my kid naps at this time and I'm left to my own devices in my shop, and I started making these videos. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll come back. I'll do orange belt ones. And again, if I've got some buddies that I used to train martial arts with that come over from time to time, I'll try to grab one of them and we can run through the white belt stuff, because I think there's a lot of really good movements in these combinations, these defense moves from, you know, traditional martial arts that they're just like the application was never shown. So I'd love to show you guys those applications. You have a good one.